And thankfully, that'll be the last of the fog that we see. Had some patchy areas this morning, not nearly as bad, even over the last couple of days that we saw last Monday. But that is starting to change as we have cooler, colder, and drier air moving in. In fact, starting with our visible satellite, you can see the leading edge of that cold front as it quickly moved on through. Updating satellite now infrared. We are under mostly cloudy skies. We're going to begin the day, Halloween, under cloudy skies. And exactly when the clouds start to clear out will really determine just how warm we get. If we get the sunshine early enough, I think lower 60s. If the clouds stick around until after sunset, then maybe we stay in the 50s all day. Either way, it is going to be one of the coldest Halloweens on record. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Temperatures have been steadily coming down in the 60s, low 70s out at the moment. All locations significantly colder than at this time yesterday. Yesterday, we also got into the mid 80s, so we are a full 19 degrees colder than at this time yesterday evening, 34 degrees colder than at this time in Macomb, and the winds have been increasing. So not only the temperatures coming down, when you factor in a bit of a wind through the night and through most of the day tomorrow, it'll feel colder than it actually is. Drier air moving in as well. That's going to stick with us throughout the week, even as temperatures toward the end of the weekend begin to rebound. Mostly cloudy looking out over downtown. 66 degrees our current temperature with a dew point 55, and those values are dropping. Today's high of 78 was actually set at 9:19 this morning. After that, those temperatures began coming down, and it'll be a struggle to get into the low 60s during the day tomorrow. And it actually is fairly rare, looking back at the records, that we have a chilly Halloween. At least in my definition of chilly, say below 69 degrees. Only 12 since 1946 at Kenner have we seen Halloween afternoons in the 60s or 50s. The coldest on record, if you can remember, that was in 1993. We had a high of 50 degrees and a low of 35. It was a brutally cold Halloween. I remember, if that's the one, my mom made me wear a jacket over my Ghostbuster costume, and I was not very happy with it. Here is the upper trough that is bringing in that surge of colder air, but notice we still have this southwesterly flow in place. That is keeping the cloud cover over us. Quickly, though, as this upper trough axis moves through during the day tomorrow, that will finally help to clear us out, and the rest of the week we are looking at sunny skies. That cold air mass is now spreading across much of the nation and will continue to spread south and east. Really only holdouts for any of the colder air is kind of the extreme desert southwest and maybe South Florida not getting into the coldest of this air, because this is a fairly a cold air mass for this time of the year, even for our folks up in the northern tier states, as this has a more Arctic origin. Generally, we'll have a chilly afternoon every day through about Friday, staying below average. By the weekend, though, and into early next week, notice the colder air kind of gets locked up to our north, and we will start to gradually see an increase in our temperatures by the end of the week, or by this weekend and early next week. We'll start to see high temperatures back into the lower 80s. Now, our morning lows are going to be getting colder. We'll start out tomorrow morning 40s and 50s. Bit of a breeze making it feel colder than that. Wednesday morning, low to mid 30s on the North Shore, and maybe a few degrees colder than that for Thursday morning. If that is the case, there may be a couple of days that we see patchy frost or maybe even a light freeze north of the lake. By Friday morning, most of the North Shore would not see a frost, maybe, if anything, right along the state line or farther north. As far as a frost goes for tomorrow morning, that is not going to be the case. We're not going to be quite that cold. But for Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, we could see a frost and maybe, especially out in the Florida parishes, a little bit of a light freeze. So we are looking at a couple of fairly cold mornings to start out in November, and then gradually those temperatures will be coming up. At the moment, mostly cloudy skies, and there is a little bit of very light rainfall embedded within that flow. We could see some of that at times overnight tonight and maybe even early tomorrow. What we would see more than anything would be kind of a light drizzle at times. And again, we'll have to watch the timing for when we start to clear out. If we can clear out before the sun goes down, maybe it'll be enough to bump our temperatures into the low 60s. Otherwise, we could stay in the 50s all day on Tuesday. Cold morning Wednesday and Thursday. It'll be a struggle to get up to 60 degrees Wednesday, mid to upper 60s by Thursday. Then we're back to the 70s and low 80s heading into early next week.